So it was around 2 months ago, ladies and gentlemen, I actually made a video covering this exact individual for going viral for exactly the same reason. 2 months ago, they revealed to the world the concept of being trigender. Let me say that again. Trigender. What is going on? And back then, I really tried to understand the concept, really. I did. You know, I went deep into the forests. I climbed the mountains. I went without food, water, sleep. I meditated for hours. No, the only conclusion I came up with, ladies and gentlemen, is, well, we are truly living in some dark times. But yes, this individual has gone viral for exactly the same reason as they did, by telling the world how being trigender exactly works. You know, people are feeling so compelled now to tell the world how they come up with these algebra equations. Now, I'm not going to give you a philosophical intro that many of you are used to, because the video of this person explaining how they're trigender is quite long in itself. I think it's around 2 minutes. So I just want you to sit back, relax, and take in the state of the world. And anybody from my public life watching right now who still tells me that I'm exaggerating, really, take a listen.
So trigender and the way you identify in it can be very heavily based on your culture and your cultural background. For example, I know in Hawaiian culture, there are 3 genders. There's a 3rd gender. I forget what it's called, I'm sorry, but if you happen to be Native Hawaiian, you could identify as that 3rd gender and then man and woman. Or if you happen to be, you know, from Native Hawaiian background and on the other side you have a different background that also has a 3rd gender, you can identify as those 2 non-binary genders. And then take your pick if you want man or woman, or not even another non-binary gender. But all in all, it comes from your cultural background. So for me, I come from a very heavy Dutch background and American background. So for me, it's more based on if there's man on one side, woman on the other, and non-binary is somewhere in the middle, and then I take up that whole area, the whole bar there. And I know for a lot of people, non-binary is a completely separate spectrum, and that's just not my experience, but I still think that that's a valid experience to have. It all depends on your experiences and your personal history, you know? I hope this answers your question. Let me know if you have any more questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, for those of you who are newer here or just don't know, I identify as trigender. This is my trans identity, and I am a man, a woman, and non-binary. So, you know, take that bar again, man, woman, non-binary. I just take up the whole bar. And it's different from gender fluid because the gender identity never changes or shifts where one gender identity is stronger than the other or anything like that, you know? I'm very happy to talk about this stuff, so please don't feel like any of your questions are too weird or anything like that for me. But of course, do try to phrase them in the politest way you can. Alright, with that, I will see you soon. Bye!
Yeah, so 2 months ago, I didn't understand the concept of being trigender. How can somebody be trigender? Because let's be honest, it's about as real as the man that delivers your presents on the 25th of December, right? But 2 months later, I still don't understand it. You know, you can't just pick and choose what gender you want to be based on how you feel on a given day, right? It's not a pick and mix. And then you expect everybody to be like, yeah, no, this is cool. What is going on right now? But all jokes aside, I'm going to give you the philosophical answer that I've tried to come up with. You know, I'm trying to give a logical explanation to the illogical situations. Isn't this just a clear case of people wanting to mean something in society a little too much? You know, we all know meaning something in the world today, feeling important is what everybody wants to feel, right? But it's getting harder and harder for people because these people don't realize, right? They have this self-entitlement. They think that I don't have to put any work in or anything, and I can mean something. I can be important in today's world. Newsflash, unless you put work in, you're not really that important. So when you see the amplification of gender being so highly valued, and not the male and female gender anymore, genders that just don't exist, they look at these things and think, well, I don't have to put any work in. I can just say I identify as some sort of gender and people will cheer for me, they'll clap for me, and I'll get all of this attention. And they do get attention, right? You see the comment sections of all of these sort of videos, and there's seals in the comments clapping. So they end up living in this false reality because the real reality doesn't really care about them that much, right? So they don't like it. They live in this false reality because they get all of this validation and they don't want to come out of it. And then they go into the schools, they start teaching, they get into the entertainment industry, and they need everybody else to live in this false reality, because if somebody doesn't have their worldviews and think how they think, then that conflicts with this false reality they're living in. And they need everybody else to think like it. They need everybody else to feel the same to validate their existence, their reality. And then you also think there is one side of the political spectrum telling people, hey, look, if you identify as this or that, your life actually gets better. I've seen videos of people saying, people told me if I was this gender, X gender, trigender, square gender, any gender, I'm actually more important and my life gets better. Little do they know that's not how it works. So then you question that, you have questions about this stunning and brave world everybody wants to live in. By the way, again, it's a false reality. They then get offended and you're the evil one. You're the one that needs help suddenly, not these people who are just living in dreamland. Or maybe I'm just overthinking this whole thing and we just have a serious mental health issue going on in the world, ladies and gents. Honestly, trigender. How does somebody come up with that? How does somebody sit down at home and suddenly think, you know what, I'm going to be trigender? We're talking about aliens right now, UFOs in the news, etc., etc. If they are aliens, which I made a video saying they're not, but if they are, can you take me, please? Because I'm ready. I'm ready to leave this planet. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy this video of another individual showing that we need serious help. Trigender, the in thing now. I hope you enjoy your stay on this planet. If you have enjoyed today's video, then please, for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Please, for me, make sure to always have a great day. Stay safe. I'm out. Peace. See you next time. Trigender. It's actually insane when you start to think about it. It is really concerning.